we're here in Rio de Janeiro, and I guarantee you this will be an unforgettable experience as you get to taste the food, the culture, have experiences with the historical aspect of Brazil. That's right, one of the major parts of the African diaspora. And guess what? We want you to join us here in Brazil. The views are amazing, the food is spectacular, and the experience is unforgettable. And the only thing that's missing is you. Join us.
The message that I have for today is really simple. Teach your own at home first. Now, what do I mean by that? Especially with what I do, right? I disseminate information, and some say I teach. Okay, I will take that. But I can't teach everybody else if I don't teach my own home first. That means people who are in my home, or even if they're not in my home, what about my immediate family? Because a lot of times we see people, whether they're on the internet or in the church or wherever they're at, they're disseminating a message, right? They're teaching and they're preaching. But then sometimes when you see those that are close to them, like their children, their wives, or whatever it is, it's like, I don't think they're getting the message, or they don't know what, is being said because it's not being taught to them. Because oftentimes it is not just people who are on platforms or in churches or whatever it is. It's a lot of people. They think that they need to go out there and teach the world or even save the world. They put on a cake for everybody else but the people in their own homes. And like I always say, if I ever needed to take a day off, I could ask my daughter to do this. She wouldn't, but she could. The fact is that she could get up here and she could spit fire just like me. It's because I have taught her these things that I teach, whatever it is, long before I even got on here. Because again, if we focus on teaching our own homes, then the community, right, especially in the Black American community, the Black American community would be better if we just start at home. Now, I was also reminded of this message when I was listening to the Umma Reports. It is a Ramadan prayer early in the morning, and Sean King was one of the guests, and he said that. He says, while going through Ramadan, it's really a personal journey, but when you become better, your house becomes better because you're more disciplined, your house becomes disciplined and things like that. And so the same thing is true with whatever it is you're doing out in the public square, right? You got to be doing it in your living room too. Because if your babies have no knowledge of self, what good is it if you out there teaching everybody else knowledge of self? Because your babies will become victims of whatever is out there that you're warning everybody else about, because they don't know how to, know who they are and protect themselves and all that other stuff. So yeah, we got to be teaching and preaching and romping and stomping in our own home first. And the other thing too is this. I've gone to church before, and this is no dig at anybody in particular at all. But, in some cases, you'll see the pastor, right? And they're really just preaching fire and brimstone and this and that, the glory of the Lord and how to behave and this, that, and the other. Then you see their children is like, are they reading the same Bible that we're reading? Are they getting the same preaching and teaching that we're getting? Because we believe it, right? But then when you see some of their children, it's like, okay, maybe they need to spend a little bit more time in a sanctuary. I don't know. So I'm just saying, not to beat up on preachers or whatever, because it doesn't have to be a preacher. It could be a teacher. And you know what, though? They say that about teachers. They say teachers often have the worst behaved children. I have a nephew who's a teacher. And he was saying that a student in the school is, doesn't behave very well at all. And their grandmama works at the school. What? So again, we got to be teaching our own at home first, right? Giving them knowledge of self and everything else they need, learning about group economics. Because there's a lot of times people out there like, okay, we got to do this with our money. Let's pool all of our money together as a community. It's like, well, did you pool the money together in your own house first? Did you go to your uncles, your nieces, your cousins, or whoever, say, hey, there's a piece of land over here, let's buy it? Or did you just hop onto the internet and try to pull money from total strangers and then you end up getting yourself in trouble? I'm just asking. Anyway, for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.